This week I am going to Valhalla in Louisville to shoot the PGA Championship. And with that, as you guys know, there's always a little bit of an upgrade that I make to my kit. Now I'm not talking a new camera, even new lenses. I got little accessories that either I've been overdue for or that I was just like, man, this idea I have is only possible if I get this stupid little attachment. And one of the pieces of gear that I bought is this. Looks weird, but there is going to be one of the coolest social media pieces you've ever seen come out of this. But we'll talk about what the heck it is and how it even works later. Before we talk about the new gear that I got, let's talk about the existing gear that I'm gonna be bringing. Canon 16-35 f2.8, RF to EF converter with the control ring, Sigma 35 1.4, EF 70-200 f2.8, Anchor portable charger, a few different ND filters and Pro Mist filters, wireless Pro mics plus accessories, the Canon R5 with the 24-70 and way too many batteries for it, Rode NTG shotgun microphone, memory card case with 2 CF Express Type Bs, 6 SD cards, and 4 micro SD cards. Insta360 X3, Ronin RS3 Pro, the Atomos Shinobi monitor with batteries, Ricoh GR2, AirPod Pros, camera multi-tool from SmallRig, MacBook Pro, and the Apple mouse. Now we can talk about the fun stuff. First things first is a new camera sling bag. This compared to this is a big difference. This is the sling bag I've been using for a while. Not technically a photography sling, but I could fit memory cards, batteries. I could fit just enough, but it got to a point where I couldn't fit quite enough. When I'm carrying around my heavy 30-liter camera bag, I want something smaller that can also hold a lens. This, you know, in classic cliche photographer fashion, I got the Peter McKinnon Nomadic bag. You open it up, and I haven't even really figured out exactly how I'm gonna arrange everything, but once you take these little dividers out, you can without a doubt fit a 70-200 in here, which is my #1 priority for it. So if I have my 70-200 on my camera, I can have the 24-70 in here, or vice versa, while still being able to hold the batteries, memory cards, all the things that I've been so accustomed to using. This is a good in-between size. It's a little big for a sling, but it's not quite too big. So I think I'm really gonna like this, but I haven't used it yet. Clearly, the tag is still on. So hopefully I like it and hopefully it accomplishes what I've been looking for. Next up, not the most exciting thing in the world. Got some new lav wires for my Rode Wireless Pros. The ones that it came with, I lost the little clips or they broke, and the windscreens are always popping off, and I'm not gonna lie, these aren't the most durable things ever. They still work, the ones that I have, but the clip fell off, the windscreen fell off, but after watching a few videos, I think I figured out how to actually attach it correctly, so hopefully that won't be the case. We got 2 fresh ones in case I need to interview anybody, anything like that. Will it be used for this job? Who knows? Will I definitely use it in the future? Without a doubt. A new selfie stick for my 360 camera. It broke a while back. If you saw the last video I made like this, the gear one about what I bought, it was for the Under Armour job back in December. The Snorri Cam idea where it mounts to your hip and it comes out, that broke my selfie stick. So I haven't had one since. So I bought a new Insta360 one. I bought their branded one because then it'll clone stamp it out if you're using it. We have a few ideas that we're gonna be using a 360 camera, so I needed to just replace the one that broke before for whenever I had another crazy idea and of course damage some gear. But if you're using it, you're probably putting a little bit of damage on it, right? A few more things until we get to the most exciting thing that I bought. New ND filter. This is the Prism Lens Effects Blackout edition of their hard stop ND filter. I've had the blue one for a while. It was starting to show some little wear and tear. The glass around the edges was starting to get a little bit damaged, but it wasn't affecting the image quality. But you can never have too many ND filters. This will be nice to have all the time whenever we're outside. Golf is shot during the day, so I would imagine that I'm gonna have an ND filter on 90% of the time. So I wanted to upgrade this. And another thing that I'll use after this job and not only on this PGA job. Probably the most boring things before we get to the exciting one. 2 fresh hard drives. We've got a 5 terabyte Lacey. This is kind of a backup. Got a fresh 4 terabyte SSD. Also cleaning up some other SSDs. I have no idea how much footage I'm gonna shoot throughout this week, but I think 4 terabytes should be okay. We got the 5 terabyte backup though. If I come out of here with 9 terabytes of footage, I don't think that'll be a very good thing. I won't be very pumped about that. That seems like a bit of overkill. The last thing, and the moment you've all been waiting for, is this weird mount right here. Let me just put it on to explain. You put it on like a necklace. This just might be the POV king to make it non-invasive. If I was filming all the POV shots, I don't care if I have a big rig on my head or my chest. But whenever you're asking somebody to do you a favor, try and make it as easy on them as you possibly can. The camera we're gonna use for this is a 360 camera. You just screw it right onto the necklace, turn it on, and now whenever the camera is hanging there, it's a good POV shot. This you can adjust all you want. I'll probably have it up here so that you can get the front facing lens all the way over there. Yes, it's a 360 camera, but sometimes around the edges, you see a little bit of mismatching and it doesn't line it up perfectly. But here's the idea. If we want to put a POV shot on whoever is working on the driving range, maybe punching the new holes in for the next day on the greens, we can just throw this on them as a necklace and it'll work. My biggest idea that I have, funny I said biggest because it's pretty much the smallest, but if we put this on a kid and had a kid's perspective looking up at one of the players trying to get an autograph. So imagine a 3-foot tall kid walking up with their little pen and a piece of paper, hat, whatever it is, looking up at Tiger Woods. That sounds like one of the most social media friendly shots that you could possibly get. And it's just a necklace. It's not invasive at all. Doesn't feel any different to them. It's not gonna be on them all day, but this versus a big head strap or trying to put a whole harness on them for a chest mount, I'm trying to make it as easy as possible to give people no reason to say no because it's gonna be uncomfortable. This is pretty easy to just go about your life. Now the last thing that I bought is the iPhone 15 Pro. Was this specifically for the event? No. Did I upgrade early because of the event? Yes. We're gonna be in charge of all of the social media content. So social media content a lot of the times performs better whenever it's shot on a phone. We're gonna find a good blend of shot on a camera and shot on a phone. My phone camera on my old phone was broken, so I needed to upgrade or get something usable so that I would be able to accomplish this vision that we have. The iPhone 15 Pro log footage is also one of the coolest advancements I've seen in a little while. I was skeptical about it when I just saw the TikTok videos and whatnot, but I tested it out on my walk yesterday. Here are some before and afters. I mean, I am very, very impressed of the colors you can get out of it, and they are starting to eliminate the over sharpness that the iPhone always gives you, which is a big plus, because the thing I hate about a camera on your phone is that you can always tell the difference between a Canon R5 and an iPhone. They're really bridging that gap, which is gonna make my life a lot easier. But I'm probably not gonna use the log for the day-to-day social media content at the PGA Tour. More so whenever I'm vlogging for something to make for you guys. And then on top of all these things that we bought, my buddy John, who is hiring me for this over at Athletic Content House, rented the Sigma Cine 18-35, Sigma Cine 135mm f2, Sigma 60-600mm, RF 100-500, and then the FreeFly Ember. The FreeFly Ember, if you haven't seen footage from that before, it gives you like 1,000 frames per second, the slowest slow-mo that you can really accomplish from a consumer level camera. This thing is nuts. All in all, that's the gear I'm taking, and I am really pumped about this event. There's something about buying some different little attachments that are gonna allow you to get a different look than you always do. It's gonna be a long week. I'm told it's like 15-hour days, and we're gonna be on the golf course the entire time. So I'll see you guys after the whole event and everything, and then I'll take a few days to recuperate, and then we'll get back to the day-to-day flow, because I feel like it's gonna beat the crap out of me, but we'll get some good content along the way. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, like this video as well, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.